trying a million ways to try and start this video, but I'll figure it out eventually. Hopefully this take works. But basically, I'm going to play this video, and I'm just going to kind of insert my comments here and there. I'm not going to stop it, and I won't be too loud, but I will just talk my trash as the video goes on. So if you want to see it for yourself, you can go do that. But I am just going to play the video outright. I'm not going to stop it. I do want to touch on what I think is the most interesting part of the video before I start it. Now, this is what I would like to classify as Dan Schneider's apology video. It was uploaded to the Dan Warp channel. Now, you wouldn't know it would you have seen this video posted elsewhere, and I think that that's by design. And I want to call attention to this aspect of the video in that we are given kind of an open and introduction by someone named Boogie, who was the smoothie guy on iCarly, and he is actually interviewing Dan Schneider. He kind of introduces us as if he is some kind of podcast host, as if he's been doing this for a while, and he has invited Mr. Dan Schneider to come on and chat with him about the allegations put forward in this recent special, Quiet on Set. And it's timed in such a way that that's definitely, not what happened. And it's uploaded to Dan Schneider's own channel. If you go and look at this Dan Warp channel, it hasn't uploaded in 8 years, or I believe 6 years maybe. But the last, the only things on there are just like Keenan and Kel, Victorious clips that are like official clips. This is the profile picture is Schneider's Bakery. It has like a verified YouTube kind of check mark there. And then silence for 6 years, kind of around the time he got in trouble. It's not like he's made any personal videos on here. And then we just have this video uploaded with Mr. Boogie, who introduces himself as the guy who played, the smoothie guy on iCarly. And he starts interviewing Dan. And it's kind of framed as if my interpretation of these events is that Boogie is some kind of helper that has just been living in Dan's house for the past, I don't know, since whenever iCarly ended. And Dan was kind of like, I need you to do this. I need you to pretend to interview me so I can address these allegations. Because if you think about it, and the reason I'm calling attention to this before the video starts, it is important because I think it just kind of shows the kind of manipulative mastermind that he is, because it's really genius if you think about it. When has a front-facing video of a person apologizing to the camera, facing the camera, telling you their sad story, when has that ever moved anyone? But with this setup, any time this gets posted, if he ever takes it down, if it gets reposted anywhere else, it's not going to look like he was pleading with people. It's going to look like, he was reached out to and he decided to graciously comment on these allegations. Now, like I said, that's the most interesting part of the video. Another interesting aspect is his goatee here. I assume that he grew that to kind of hide his face. It does a good job. You really don't recognize him in this video. But I think that was so that he could go to Jersey Mike's and get like a giant Italian sub without being, harassed. Because if you see Dan Schneider on the street, you're going to be like, you're the fucking foot guy. Holy shit, it's Dan Schneider. Especially in, wherever he lives, he's not moving. So, really, really smart move. Also kind of stupid because it's, the place that it's put up, it's obvious that's what he did, but, a very masterful, I'd say, chess move from an evil genius. But, I'm going to go ahead and start this video in a second. I just wanted to get that kind of information out in the open before I started. Like I said, I think that's the most interesting aspect of this video. Forgive me for starting. I'll put some kind of a warning to let you know that the video starts at like around 5 minutes. But I'm going to go ahead, get ready to start. All right. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, it's Boogie. I played T-Bo on Nickelodeon's iCarly. I got a chance to watch the Quiet on Set program, and I reached out to Dan to see if it was something that he'd be willing to discuss. I'm pleased to
The
say
way
that
he words
said
it,
yes.
like, I
Dan,
reached out to
how are you?
Dan. This is on fucking Dan's
I'm okay.
channel.
I'm okay. I really appreciate
They have
you
to be in
reaching
fucking
out
Dan's house.
and giving me the opportunity to talk to you about
He's
what we
just been
saw over the
keeping
last 2
Tebow
weeks.
like
I'm
locked
really
in a
glad you're here
closet.
because I believe this is important.
For sure.
We've got
You'll
a
see
lot of
why he
things to
fucking picked
unpack.
Tebow of all people to come out here
But
to
before I
fucking talk
dive
to
into
him about
my
this too.
list of topics that I'd like to discuss,
Like
is there
he wants to
anything you'd
fucking
like to
discuss
start
it.
off with?
Absolutely.
I don't
Watching
know
over
if
the
this
past
guy
few
has any
nights,
kind
it
of
was
social
very
media presence.
difficult, me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret. And I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology.
He looks so fucking scary.
Let's talk about the massage.
Okay.
Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing.
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I'm embarrassed that I did it then. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation.
I'm
And
sorry for
even
putting you in a
additionally,
situation.
I apologize to the people who were walking around
Sorry you had to
Video
see
Village
me.
or wherever they happened, because there were lots of people there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable. So I owe them an apology as well.
Yeah.
I love fucking
Dan, talk to me about the writers'
Tebow
room.
squinting and
From
nodding.
what I saw, not cool.
No, and I don't mean to cut you
That's
off,
not
but
cool,
if I can
man.
cut right to the chase, let me just say, no writer should ever feel uncomfortable.
A
in
lot of
any
this is
writer's room,
boring,
ever.
guys.
Period. The end. No excuses.
This is like a really boring video.
Most TV writers, comedy writers have been in.
But you
writers'
need to
rooms
see it
and
for
they
yourself.
Are aware that a lot of
Don't go
times
watch
there
it
are
on your own.
inappropriate jokes made and inappropriate
Watch it
topics
with me.
come up. But the fact that I participated in that, especially when I was leading the room, it embarrasses me. I shouldn't have done it. And I can tell you why it hurts really bad for me. I remember very clearly my early experiences, my first experiences in the entertainment business. I was green, I was scared, I was excited. It meant the world to me
horny.
that I was getting those opportunities. And I went in and I got lucky because they were great. My first couple of experiences were fantastic. And the fact that I didn't pay that forward to every employee that walked through my door, it hurts my heart because I should have. And I wish I could go back and fix that. In the writer's room, there's no doubt that sometimes those jokes went beyond the pale and I said things that went too far or made practical jokes that went too far. And that was wrong. And that was because
And this is
I
all
was an
like fake. Yeah,
inexperienced
he doesn't care.
producer. I was immature. Wouldn't happen today. But I'm just really
You
sorry.
know those writers' rooms are fucked up, or they were.
We know you've had
You
a
guys
lot
have
of
seen the
success
SpongeBob
over 2 decades.
sticky notes, where the
Thousands
writers
of
on
people have
SpongeBob,
worked
the
with you
storyboard
for-
artists, were drawing like
Let's speak
SpongeBob
directly to
sucking
the people
Patrick's
who did
dick
not
and
have a good experience.
like
Okay.
killing
I would
each
like to
other and
speak
stuff.
to those people because I hate that anybody worked for me and didn't have a good time. You know me. You've been on my podcast. Look, I've had some
Fucking
employees that
nodding.
worked for me for 10 years, some more than 20 years, who would work with me again. But not everybody. There's still a significant number that didn't have a great time working for me. So my batting average isn't nearly high enough in that area. And the way they wouldn't get the best of me is that I would let the pressure of doing 40 or even more episodes per year, I would let that pressure get to me, which a good boss should never, ever do.
Was there specific things?
I'm
that you
sorry,
were
man.
doing?
I was just stressed.
Sure, I would snap at people sometimes.
Bite them.
I would be snarky when I could have given them a nicer answer.
Pull their hair.
I would not give people the time that they needed.
Throw my
I would be
cold
too
cuts
big a
at them.
hurry to get on to the next thing I had to do. And watching that show, it made me. There were so many times I wanted to pick up a phone and call some of those people and say, "I'm so sorry." And
Dude,
let's
I'm
talk
sorry. I
about
was
it.
stressed.
I wish you'd had a better time, and I wish I could have shown you.
I wish I
better
could have shown you a
experience.
better time on set, but I was just so
Now,
stressed.
You've written hundreds of episodes. Thousands of jokes have been told.
Yeah.
But currently,
Yeah,
where we are,
I have done that.
some people think that some of those jokes are inappropriate for children. What do you think?
They're free to think that.
All these jokes that you're speaking of, that the show
Talk
covered
about
over the
which
past few
jokes.
nights,
He doesn't mention which jokes,
every
guys,
one
in
of those
case you're wondering.
jokes was written for a kid audience.
And I saw the
kids thought
fucking,
they
you
were
know,
funny.
the first thing
And only
I
funny.
saw was the Pickle
Okay.
Boy thing with that guy who got
Now,
convicted. You
we
guys
have
haven't
some
seen the
adults
Pickle Boy clip. I think that kind of
looking
gets
back at
highlighted
them
because the
20
guy
years
who's
later
Pickle
through their
Boy,
lens, and they're
he
looking at them and they're saying,
like,
"Oh, yeah, that's
I think he
appropriate for a kid." And I have no
someone,
problem with that.
I might have to
that's
bleep that
how
out.
anyone
I don't think I
feels,
can say that word.
let's cut those jokes out of the show.
But,
just like I would have done 20 years ago or 25 years ago.
I think that's
Cut it.
creepy then,
I
but
want
I
the
don't think
shows
the
to be
Pickle Boy
popular. I want
skit
everyone
was
to like
in
it. The more
itself
people who
like
like the shows, the happier
dirty.
I am.
I think that was
So if
pretty
there's anything
normal,
in the
but
show that needs to be
there's
cut
messed up
because it's
jokes in
upsetting
there.
somebody, let's cut it.
So I think it's big for you to say with your work.
I don't know what
if it's viewed as that
what the
today,
relationship
you don't
between
have a
Tebow
problem.
and Dan Schneider,
Cut
but
it. Cut it.
I think that's the
that's a
most
solution.
The last thing I want to ever do
one of the most
is put any
interesting
content
things
in a
about
show
this is
that's
why
gonna
is
upset my audience
is
and make them
Tebow
want to
here
turn
and
off
why
the
is he
TV.
doing
Why
this?
would I ever want to do that?
That makes sense. I want to give you an opportunity to kind of elaborate on something.
Okay.
The thought process from the series is you had the power to just write a joke. And
I like
no
that
matter
he's
what,
bringing
it's
up
going
these
on.
like accusations that
type
no
of
one
power.
cares
Is that
about, so he
true?
can like address
The
shit
notion that I
and
had
talk
the
about
power
it
to
for
just
5
produce
minutes
whatever
that
I wanted and have it
that
there
no one
is
like cares about.
completely
So here
false.
he's talking
Okay.
about
There were many levels of
he's
scrutiny.
like people are saying
We had
you were in
executives
charge of
in LA.
everything that
We
came
had
out there,
executives in New
and
York.
what he's
So
trying
two
to do
coasts.
is
Two coasts.
basically
Okay,
say
both
like,
approval.
okay,
Yes.
well,
And by the way,
if you
approval
guys have a
whatever you
problem
say,
with my
no,
fucking
because I'm
feet
talking
shit,
about wardrobe. I'm talking about
there's like a
makeup,
million people who
sound,
could have
sets,
fucking shot that down
dialogue,
and they
jokes,
didn't.
everything.
So
No,
that's
when you
what
say
he's
approval,
kind of
he's
being like
obviously that's a
sneaky here.
hierarchy, not your
He does a really good
colleagues
job,
or
like,
people in the room.
you
Okay.
know.
No, not my colleague.
I mean,
No,
if
these
it
are my
wasn't like
bosses.
just totally
Bosses, I mean,
obvious,
their
he did a
bosses are
bad
their
job.
bosses.
But
And they're approving
just
all
with
of
the,
this
you know, no one,
okay?
why would you
And
ever
we're also
like
shooting it
believe that this
in front
dude
of
is like
all
awesome?
sorts of adults and
And put up on-
caregivers and the set teacher and
He looks like a villain here.
families,
He should have
everybody's
shaved the
watching it.
beard. I think he was
And if anybody
stressed,
had
but
said anything,
I don't
"Hey,
know.
we don't like that. That's not appropriate." Then it would have been cut out.
He's saying
Now,
like, why didn't they, you know, if they
push
fucking
back
thought
a
it was
little bit
gross,
because
they fucking aired
the
it. He's
series
right though.
painted
But
you in this way
you know,
that you were just the guy that was doing what he wanted, and people were afraid to confront you about things. So say, just humor me. Say
Just
that
humor me.
that was the case. What would have been the ultimate way to?
Okay. If nobody on the set, if all
They're
of the
acting like they haven't
dozens
fucking
and
done this
dozens
10
of adults
times.
that were on the set, if they didn't say anything, if my bosses said, if they insisted, you got to make a change here, you got to cut that, I had to do it. I had no choice.
Got it. Now this next one, it kind of hit close to home. Being a new father, I wouldn't be opposed to my child being in the.
that's fucking insane.
Doesn't matter what age. Yeah. Seeing some of those on-air.
He sold his soul to the devil.
Seeing it now from where you are now in your life, what do you think of that?
I think that some of the on-air dares went too far.
And I don't
think
know what
this
the
came
on-air
out.
dares, they're talking about all that,
Not most
but
of them,
I
some
don't,
did.
you know, it's like
Nickelodeon wanted to do
what's
their
it called?
version
You seen the
of
video with Ariana Grande,
time we
like
were
drinking
shooting
a
all
water
that,
bottle
so I was
upside down?
tasked with
There's
doing
another
on-air
one
dares with the
that was
on-air cast.
crazy.
So we get with the writers and we come up with all these ideas, and it's hard to do because we don't have the budget of Fear Factor, and we can't put
We
the
didn't have the
kids in
budget.
dangerous
He's,
situations
like, just
the
talking
adults
about
are put in.
nothing.
So
Kids.
it was hard to come up with stuff, but we would come up with all these ideas of dares they could do. We would give them to the network, and they would say.
And
"Okay,
I haven't
everyone
seen
tell us the
Quiet on
ones that
Set,
were
guys.
okay.
I'm just
Those are
fucking
the ones we
pushing
shot.
out a
Those are
fucking
the ones that
video.
aired." At the
I know
time,
enough.
I
Look,
had
I
no
know enough.
indication that any
Okay.
kid ever had a problem.
I know he got Jamie Lynn
But
Spears pregnant.
when I was watching the
All right.
show over the past
He doesn't
few
talk
nights,
about that in
I
this
now
video,
know
so don't
that
expect.
there were kids who did have problems with the on-air.
I would, you know,
And
that
it
would be
makes my
great,
heart-
wouldn't
and
it?
I'm
If
so
instead
sorry.
of
I am
this
so
like
sorry
stupid
to any
crap
kid
that
who had to
he's saying right
do a
now,
dare or anything
Tebow was
they
just
didn't
like,
want to do or
a
weren't
lot of people are
comfortable doing.
saying that
We went
Robert
out of our
Downey
way to make
Jr.
sure it
was
was
like,
safe and that
he
everything
knew
was done
that you
properly,
got
that if
Jamie
a kid
Lynn
was
Spears
scared,
pregnant.
didn't
What do you
wanna
have to
do it,
say
they
about
shouldn't
that?
have had to do it.
It's
Period,
just
the
totally
end.
false.
And if I had known at the time,
That would be more interesting.
I would have changed it on the spot.
I don't know what the on-air
Now, we
dares
also
were.
saw the series highlight two former writers' viewers, two women, who spoke about a wage discrepancy. Now, I know that you don't divvy out salaries. Talk to me about that part.
Well, you're correct. I have nothing to do with paying writers. I never have. I've never made a writer's deal. And of all the writers I've been in a writer's room with, I never even knew how much most of them were getting
You
paid.
see, I believe
saw
this.
these
I don't
two
really
women
care, but this isn't
were
like what the
writers for you,
fucking.
sharing
I don't know
one
if
salary. How does that
maybe that's what
happen?
Quiet on
It's
Set
very
focuses
simple.
on,
There's a
but
common practice in television. When
I guess they
hiring
got to pad
writers,
out
if you have a
time.
spot for a new writer, sometimes you'll go to two writers and say, hey, if you two new writers for your first job are willing to share a salary, you can both have the job. They have the opportunity to say, yes, that sounds good.
I
or
guess he
"No,
talked
thank
about the
you."
massages
In this
first,
case,
so
it was two women writers. I've done another show.
He said
where
sorry.
That teaming was done with two male writers.
He
and they
said
split a
sorry,
salary. I did another show where it was a male and a female writer, and they split a salary. So
And these are all first-time writers.
all first-time writers looking for their first gig.
Got it. Now, in the series, They also highlighted 2 black actors who said that they
Let's say,
felt
so this is why he fucking got
Now, I
Tebow
wanna be
out here to
clear.
do this.
I'm never going to speak on anyone else's journey. Yeah.
He's not.
I can talk about my experience,
This is just
how
awesome.
my experience was with you, what I saw prior to working with you. But again, I don't want to speak on anyone's
And he
journey.
doesn't talk
I
about
saw
it.
you be honored for diversity.
I saw you be honored
your
for
work.
diversity.
Yes, and the reason for that is diversity has always been very important to me in my shows. If you go back to the very first Nickelodeon show I ever
Tebow's
made,
my
that's
fucking
very
friend, dude.
evident, as it is in the second one.
Don't even
and then
start
the
talking to
first
me
movie
that
I
I'm not
ever made for
diverse.
Nickelodeon, which starred Keenan and Kel.
I'm out here.
And
Tebow
every
asked me
show
to
I
come to
did
his
after
house.
that had a lead black actor in it. I'm very proud of
I
that.
made
It's very
Keenan and Kel,
important
man.
to me. And not only am I proud that they were in my shows, I'm exceptionally proud of the achievements they've had beyond
Also,
my
you know,
shows.
I
And they've gone
don't
on to
think that
bigger
he's
and better
racist,
things,
you know.
and that gives me a great sense of pride.
But
Well, something
It's
that
not
really
what
kinda
anyone cares
bothered
about.
me was how they depicted your relationship with the cast.
Yeah, it bothered me too.
Yeah, just me being there, I knew the dynamic was trust. I understood that in situations where they may have had turmoil, whether it be with their families, whether it be other castmates, they came to you. Versus how they made you look. With that said, Amanda Bynes was brought up in the series and her emancipation and how you were involved in that.
I don't
Can you
really
talk
know
to
the
us
whole
about that?
allegation
Sure.
with regard to this.
Amanda was between the ages of 16 and 17, and she wanted to get emancipated from her parents, which was a fairly common thing with successful young actors, at least at the time.
Sure.
And she wanted that for herself. So she turned to her team, which included her lawyer, her agent, her manager, her publicist, me, because she included me as part of her team, thought of me that way. We supported her. She tried to get emancipated. It ended up not working out. She didn't.
Well, since we're here, let's stay here for a moment. There was also an incident where she had ran away from home, if
Yes.
you would. Can you talk to us a little bit just to clear the air of exactly what happened in that situation?
Where the fuck are they?
One night, it was very late, well after midnight.
This is
1 or 2 in
not
the
fucking
morning,
Tebow's
phone
house.
rang. I answered. It was Amanda. She was upset. She was in distress. She had had some conflict with her parents, I think her father, and she called me. I was immediately concerned about her safety.
I like how he doesn't say anything about it, though.
I called someone who I knew was fairly nearby. That person was able to go and pick her up. Then I knew she was safe. I felt better. She ended up being taken to the police.
Okay.
Well, regardless of what some people may think, I think it's only positive that you are there for people when they need you. That said, let's talk about some of the things that have just been swirling forever.
Okay.
You were banned from your set.
Never, never.
More
never
like
happened.
retarded shit that
is
like
a
no one
false
cares about.
rumor.
So this was
Added to the list of false
Talk to
rumors.
me. What
just
happened?
added to the list of false rumors.
were
I was never banned.
adult
I
actresses
just
at the
threw
time.
a fit and, you
And they
know,
had their own
decided I wasn't going to go out
reasons
on set if
for
no
not
one wanted
wanting
me
to do
there.
the show anymore. I'm not judging them.
Yeah.
It got tense, and what they don't know maybe is I did everything I could.
I'm sorry,
to
guys.
make
This
it
is
happen.
really
My
fucking, this is a
producer
really boring
partner at the
video.
time, we would
You should be
call
glad that
and say, "This
you're
is
watching
not a
me
good
talk
situation."
over it.
Okay.
So I decided I'm going to do what most showrunners do, which is you're not on the set.
All
There's
right,
a
I'm not
director
gonna be
there
on the
to
fucking
shoot it.
set.
I'll go up
Let's
to
see
the
what you
writer's
guys
room,
think
I'll
about
work on
that.
the next script. But
Yeah.
because everybody was so used to me caring about every detail of every show so
Yeah.
much,
You can
for
tell
me
he's
not
fucking
to be on
pissed
the
about
set,
this.
Yeah, maybe some people thought I got banned.
So it was
Yeah, I wasn't
more of an
fucking banned.
assumption because
I didn't
this
wanna be
guy's
out there.
usually here and now
I didn't
he's
want to be
not.
fucking out there
I
anyways.
don't know if it was an assumption. I don't know if somebody thought they were making me look bad by saying I got banned from the set. I have no idea.
okay.
All I know is I was never banned
They're
from
talking
the
about
set.
the feet stuff.
The
He's
darkest part
not.
of
He
this
doesn't mention
series
feet once.
discuss child predators. Now, I want to make sure that
Watch
we
the way he deals with
clear
this.
a couple of things up.
Okay.
Brian Peck was not hired by you.
No, I did not hire Brian Peck.
This was a Tolan Robbins production.
Yeah. And when Drake and I talked and he told me what had happened, I was more devastated by that than anything that ever happened to me in my career.
This is how you know he's a
thus far.
psycho. Just wait for it,
And
guys.
I told him, I'm here for you. What do you need? Which Drake mentioned in the show that we watched last night.
First of all, he's fucked up for even
And-
making this.
Next, I heard that he went to court when this guy was being tried, Peck. And when Drake walked in, he saw 50 people sitting on the side of the courtroom supporting Peck.
I
A lot
bet.
of them pretty famous. course, Drake was devastated that happened. And even more disappointing, 41 of those people
Tebow is a fucking husk.
wrote letters
He's a ghoul.
for Peck, character letters, praising him for who he was and asking for leniency. And they knew that he was guilty. They knew he had confessed to some degree, and they still did this. That's baffling that adults would do that.
Yeah.
And
You know the fucking score.
I don't know if people know this, but Drake's mom, a lovely woman who I stay in contact with this day, she came to me at the time and she said, Dan, I'm not good with words like you are. And would you help me with my speech?
No, he fucking
to the
pretends to
judge?"
cry and then just fucking.
I said, of course.
Like he's used to fucking
I
doing
did.
that, and then he chills out.
And he ended up going to prison and serving his time.
Cause he's done this fucking video like 10
And-
times. Why would you fucking pretend to be
Yeah,
fucking
that's
choked up about that
probably
like
the
that?
darkest
Like that was like
part of my
so
career.
much for like your fifth take of this fucked up
kicker
video
that I
with
really don't
the
get.
smoothie guy from iCarly.
After he got out of prison and was, to my knowledge, a registered sex offender, he was hired on a Disney Channel
And that
show.
Disney Channel show was The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, in case
I
anyone
don't
knew.
understand
Didn't know that.
that.
But yeah, it makes sense. He's I don't know what he
never-
did,
yeah.
but you know, I don't know. We should
Appreciate
ask
you sharing
Dylan
that,
and
man.
Cole
You okay?
Sprouse
You wanna
about
take a
that.
minute?
Yeah, I might. Let's keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we really unpacked some important things. We set
I
the
didn't
record
watch the
straight on a
you know
lot
the
of
Quiet on
things.
Set thing. I don't think I
Before we
will.
get out of here,
It doesn't
I
seem like
appreciate
a
the
lot of
vulnerability that you use in knowing that there's definitely
interesting
things that
stuff.
you
It's actually
would've
fucking
and should've
god
done
damn it.
differently.
It's paused. It's paused. It's
Is
paused.
there anything
It is
that we
about to
haven't
start
discussed?
again.
Anything that if you could go
God,
back
my
and
internet just.
navigate to
You know
do
what?
the
Just fuck
journey
this.
differently,
Just
what would that
there's
be?
nothing else interesting here. The video
Yeah,
ended.
There's definitely things that I would do differently. One that I think would be really, really important is when you're hiring young actors, minors, to work in television,
That's it.
I
Jesus.
would suggest that we have a licensed therapist
It
there
started.
to oversee that process.
He's like, you know. Anyways, the video
specific
fucking
reason
ends with him.
of making sure
I wish I was
that those
nicer. I
kids
wish I was.
really wanted to do
I would
this
be a
job, that
fucking.
They really wanted to be on television.
I think they need
Maybe
to
they
have
should
a
even be
therapist on set,
informed
and
about what that
I would be a
means. What's it
nicer
gonna
guy.
mean if
That's
you're famous?
it. Let me
What's that
see if
gonna
there's
mean on
anything else
social media?
interesting.
What's it going to mean within your family? Let them find out, and then that way, if a kid doesn't
Yeah, it's
want to be
fucking.
on a
Anyways,
TV show,
you guys get
they
the
can
idea.
opt out.
All right.
That psychologist, that therapist could come to us and say, "This
You
kid
know,
is do it."
as
Or
for what I
their
think of
parents
what should happen to
aren't,
him,
understanding of what's going to
um,
come, and then we could avoid
I don't really
the
know.
mistake of ever putting a kid in a TV show. that they don't wanna
maybe
be.
you know he
And
should
additionally,
be in the
the main
position that he's
thing
in now.
that I would change
where,
is how I treat people.
He's
and
just like
everyone.
so
I-
bent
I
out of shape
definitely
that
at
he's
times didn't give people the best of me.
uploading
I didn't
videos
show enough
to like a
patience.
channel he
I
shouldn't
could be
upload videos
cocky
on.
and definitely overambitious.
Looking
Sometimes
forward to
just
when this gets
straight up
taken
rude
down.
and
But like I
obnoxious.
said, it's
I'm so
really
sorry
it's
that I ever
really
was.
masterful
And,
that he did it like this, because when this
when I
gets
watched
copied
the
and
show,
pasted
I could see the hurt
across the
in some
world, whenever
people's
people are posting
eyes,
clips of it,
and
it's never going to look like a pathetic cry for help like it
and
is.
regretful.
It's going to look like he got invited on a podcast and
I
he's
wish I
just
could go
kind of
back, you know,
casually
especially
talking about
towards the
the
earlier
allegations.
years of my
He gets
career,
choked up when he
and
talks
bring
about, you know, the
growth
actual
and the experience
pedophile
that I have
thing.
now,
And then when he talks about the
do a better
massages, you
job,
know, he's just
and
like, well,
never,
yes,
ever
yes, I
feel like
fucked
it was
up. I'm so
okay
sorry.
to be
And
an
what
asshole
else?
to anyone,
What else are
ever.
we?
Um,
What else we got to say about this, guys?
I wanted to make funny TV shows.
Yeah, like for
kids.
more
I
Dan
definitely did
Schneider.
that.
Like and reply
if
and
I could
comment
go
for more
back,
Dan Schneider,
I
Henry
would get it
Danger
done
content. We're going to do a review of all the Henry Danger
just be
episodes.
nicer
And
as often as
all the Game
possible.
Shakers episodes, and we're going to
listen
rank
to the people
the
on my
Victorious
team.
characters, and we're actually going to have Quentin reviews on
I would do everything
to kind of
that I
talk
could
about
to make
what
sure
we
that
think happened
everyone
on
had
set
a
with
good
Dan Schneider.
experience.
So thank you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. That was a 24-minute video. Hope you guys
Dan, I
enjoyed it.
appreciate your time.
Oh, and one more
I
thing.
appreciate you
Please
stopping by.
still let me know if about the Xbox 360 thing. If you guys would like to see Microsoft release like an Xbox 360 that has like an Xbox 360 that has the Blades dashboard. I think that would be pretty cool. I think Microsoft should release an update for the 360 and bring the Blades dashboard back. All right, thank you. That's it.